Okay, now we are at the first verse and we have a 4-bar chord section that's played twice. I'm just going to explain that chord section to you, and then there's one embellishment we're going to look at. Okay, so let's just play it through once. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's a 4-bar chord section, and we repeat that twice to complete the first verse. Let's just go through the chords, and then I'm just going to talk about the embellishment that we mentioned earlier. It's a straight E chord. Okay, it's going to be 7 on the A string, and then 9 on the D, G, and B. To B, regular bar chord starting at the 7th fret there. Move up and play a regular C sharp minor bar chord starting at the 9th fret. Then it's a G sharp minor bar chord at the 4th fret to a regular A bar chord at the 5th fret. Okay, so let's just look at that again. Now you notice second time through to complete the 4-bar cycle, basically we just went E, B, C sharp minor, A. Okay, so we left out that G sharp. Now we play that 4-bar chord section twice, and that will complete the first verse. But when he very, very first plays it, he goes E, B, and then plays this lick. And what that is, it's like a sort of a C sharp minor embellishment, and he plays 9A and 9D together, slides it up a tone to 11A and 11D, and then does an up pick on 9G and 9B. So we get, then moves down and plays the G sharp to A. Second time through, just normal. Now we play the chord sequence again with no embellishment this time. And then we finish this section off, this first verse off with 2 bars of E major 7. And for those of you who don't know that chord, it's 7 on the A, 9 on the D, 8 on the G, and then this finger here is barring across. Okay, this little finger plays 9 on the B, and then that bar takes care of the top note, which is going to be 7 on the high E string. Okay, here we are at the second verse, and you just heard me play the E major 7 chord for 2 bars, and that's a very good time to take this capo off of the guitar. Throw it on the floor or wherever you want to throw it, and then we can start the second verse. Okay, the second verse is the same chord-wise, okay? So if you're not able to play some of these licks, and they are quite tricky, don't worry, because you can just play the chords in a straight fashion like we did before. But we're going to be playing the same chords but with some more chord embellishments. So the second verse is going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so first thing to pay attention to before we look at the embellishments is what the right hand's doing, much more of an acoustic sort of strumming-y type style, not completely sort of flailing all over the place, but a little bit of sort of palm muting. But so before we look at the embellishments, just try and get this going. So that's what we're looking for with the right hand. Now what happens here is we play this E chord, play the B chord like we did before, but we're going to just do a different shape. It's going to be the same notes, but the thumb's going to take care of the low E, okay, and the rest of the hand's going to be the same, but without the bar. And then what we're going to do is after we've played this E and we've gone to the B, we're going to play this little lick here, going to move across. Second and the first finger is still going to be playing the 8 G and 7 on the B, but we're going to... Now what I'm doing there is I'm striking both notes but doing a hammer on and pull off up to 9 G and back to 8. Like that. Then playing this 9 D and then striking that 8 G straight after. Okay? Doesn't matter if you strike 2 notes. So you're looking for this. Now what we do is we play this lick similar to before, but it's just slightly extended. We slide from 9A, 9D up to 11A and 11D, and then we play 9G and 9B together, and then play the 11A and 11D together, and then the 9G and 9B together once more. Much easier to learn if you just see me do it. Okay, so the whole thing. Then we go down and play the G sharp minor, same as we did before. Then play the A. Okay, just using that finger in there, or just using the 3rd finger on the 7 D. Then we play the 6 G with the 2nd finger, and then the 1st finger plays 5th B and 5th high E. And we just do that little lick there, which is just hammering on and pulling off at the 7th fret back to the 5. And then the last note we're going to play is that 5th B. Okay, so let's just play that whole first section. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we do the whole thing again. But straight to the A this time. And then we pick back through the chord. Okay, 3 notes, you can just do the top 2 if you want, whichever takes your fancy. So that second part again. Okay, now we go and play the first part again. Now this time, 4th time through, just picks through the chord. Like that, strikes that B string, then the G and B together, D and G together. But basically just come back through the chord. Lick same as before, play the A, pick back through it, E major 7 for 2 bars. Okay, so let's just do that whole section now. There's a lot of stuff to learn here in a way, but once you've got the flavour of this and you've got a couple of these licks down, just don't drive yourself mad trying to do it exactly the same. Just sort of play it with a little bit of freedom, and I think you'll find it'll probably work better for you. But let's have a listen to this verse anyway. It sounds like this: 2, 3, 4.